What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ree's Guide to College. So I actually just graduated 3 hours ago, 3.5 hours ago. Fuck yeah. It was online, so there was nothing. It was emptiness. I spent 4 years to feel empty. It was great. It's been a great experience, online learning. So since I just graduated just a few hours ago, I wanted to give incoming freshmen, people thinking about college, how I did well in college. Give them the guide to how I achieved what I wanted to in college. So I'll give a little bit of background. I went to a state school, just your regular state school. And I'm assuming, this is where most people are going to end up going to. Either the state school in your state or one around you in the region. I graduated with a degree in finance with a minor in economics, and I got a second one in business management. Mouthful. And the main thing, I guess, I graduated with a 3.8 GPA. So I want to kind of go through how I was able to do that, how I was able to kind of achieve that and get to where I am, and give a little bit of, ease the fears of some of you like freshmen and people coming in. Yeah, get rid of the boogeyman or whatever cliche I could slip in here, or a fucking joke if I fucking wasn't fucked. So my first piece of advice is set your goals and your priorities now before you get to college. This is something I see with people, and they get to college and they didn't come up with how well they want to do or what GPA they want to get, and they get there and they drop out in 2 years or 1 year or a semester. I've seen. You need to set how you want to do today. So get a little list. First, write down the GPA you want to get. I think a lot of people do not have this idea of how well they want to do. So set that today. If you want to get honor roll every single time, set it right now. 3.5 honor roll every time, or a 3.8, or a 3.2, or a 3.0, or a 2.8. Set that now, and that will set how you take every week from there on. So for example, let's say you want to get a 3.2. You're in your freshman dorm room. It's a Thursday night. You got a test tomorrow, right? Well, some people, they didn't set their priorities straight. Someone's going to come in and say, you want to go to the bars. They're going to go to the bars, not study, and fail the test. Well, if you had your priorities straight, say, I want to get a 3.2. You're going to be like, okay, well, I can't drink tonight because I want to get this goal. I'll drink on Saturday. You have this kind of idea, these set of priorities in your mind that you can take every week, how you're going to set up your kind of the fun college party shit with studying. And you set that line up and keep that in your mind. You can set other goals on there too, though. You want to join the band, put that on the list. You want to join a frat, put that on the list now. You want a good group of friends, put that on the list. Set up your priorities. This is your list of priorities. These are the things you want to achieve in college. Make sure that you have that in your brain so you can follow it as your philosophy throughout the whole time. That's kind of like my guiding principle. When I got into college, I said I wanted to get honor roll every single semester, and I achieved it. And it's because of that, I could map it out how well I wanted to do and when I should party and when I should do those things, and it worked out. So my piece of advice, numero dos, is friends. We'll talk about how to make friends. So college, you're not going to just it's not like movies. You're not going to just run into a guy in the hallway and he's going to become your best friend. It's not, and sometimes, or a lot of movies, it's like, my college roommate and I are still buddies 30 years later. That's not how it works. My college roommate was insane. He never showered. He smelled like poop. He didn't clean his stuff up and then dropped out after a year. It was the worst experience I've ever had in my life. Am I going to become friends with that guy? No. I'm still trying to forget him, dude. He's living in my brain. And that might be you. You don't know. That's not how it works. The only way to make friends is to set up as many situations as possible to meet people. That's the only way. So let's go back to your list. Let's say you wanted to go in a band. Well, that's one opportunity to make friends, because you're usually not going to make very many friends from class. It's just how it works. Like when you're in class, you're going to make kind of like sort of friends to pass homework around, or maybe you'll get one drink. But like I've maybe met like 2 people throughout classes that I still talk to. So that's not a good way. So you need to set up as many places as possible to make friends. It's not going to just happen. So if that's joining a frat or sorority, that's kind of the big thing I didn't do. I wish I did. It would have just been another place to meet friends. Now, not every frat is douchey party. But if you want to do a douchey party, if that's on your priority list, then yeah, there's those kinds of frats. But there's also ones like nerd frats. There's ones where you have to have certain GPAs to join. And each one of these is just a different place to meet people. You need to meet people. You're not going to just have friends. It's back in high school, you had this group of people you were always with throughout 15 years of your life. Yeah, I guess less than that. I can't do fucking math. So 13 years of your life, you've had some of these same people in there. And even if they were sort of friends, you still had multiple years. It's not going to be that way. You're not going to have that set up. So you need to put yourself in situations to make friends. So if that's clubs, frats, sororities, band, for sports, you need to do those things. And if you're not into those things, you still need to find somewhere to make friends because you're not going to do. And the biggest regret you're going to have is not making enough friends. I guess my piece of advice number 3 is don't worry about what major you're going to get. You're going to switch 1,000 times. That doesn't really matter. What really matters is setting your goals straight. What GPA you want to get, how you're going to get friends. Those are the things that matter. Don't worry about your major. You've got usually 2 years worth of poopy classes to set up what exactly you want to do. So don't worry about that. I know if you're going to some private schools, you have to like get into the school originally and whatever, but you can find a way to shift. My sister went to USC and she was able to shift from business over to the planning school and whatever. You can do it. Don't worry about that. You'll find what you want to do eventually, or you'll be forced into a degree and stuck with it for the rest of life and a desk job. But you'll make that decision when you make that decision, so who cares, right? Lastly, my last piece of advice is about relationships. And this is one that you'll get a lot. A lot of people, when they say going into college, ditch your girlfriend or boyfriend. It's like bringing sand to a fucking beach or bringing a fish to the ocean. There's so many pieces of sand out there. Fuck that advice. That advice is fucking stupid, okay? Don't worry about it. I've had the same girlfriend since senior year of high school, all through 4 years of college. It worked out. Don't worry about that. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's fine. You'll find someone else if you want to find someone else, and if you don't, you don't have to. This is like the biggest worry I think a lot of people have is like, should I ditch my girlfriend or should I ditch my boyfriend? It's like, just play it out. It'll work itself out. If you get there and you're like, this guy's kind of lame, just dump him. Don't worry about it. Just get to the situation and you see how it rides. Ride it out. Don't preemptively be like, just dump him because you're scared because you want to, do whatever. But if you just want to go out party and fuck around, then do that. But there's no need to be so scared of this philosophy. And don't listen to old people who are saying, fucking, don't bring the thing to the fucking thing. Since half this has been COVID, it's been a blessing. I've had a friend. The thing about bringing a girlfriend or boyfriend to college with you is you have a friend for 4 years. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if things are getting shitty, you didn't make any other friends. At least you have a friend there. So there's benefits to it as well. So don't worry about it, okay? So I guess I have one more piece of advice. It's about going home. So you'll hear this all the time. Don't go home to your parents in the first 6 months because it's going to ruin your college experience. Who cares? That's such stupid advice. Now, I guess I say if you were really sheltered in high school or your whole life, then I understand that. You probably shouldn't go home right away. But dude, it's not going to ruin anything if you want to go spend the weekend with your mom and tell her about your school experience. It's a new cool experience. It's not going to ruin anything because you spent some weekends at home. I hate that advice as well. Like, you got to wait exactly 6 months. If you're homesick, go home. It's fine. You have got 4 years. A lot of people don't make friends with the people in the dorm room. I happen to. I met a lot of my closest friends in my dorm room, my dorm hall, my first year. But that's rare. I've noticed most people don't do that. You got 4 years to make stuff. So if you want to go home some weekends, and one thing you will do after 6 months is you'll forget that home exists and you'll never go back. But that will happen on its own. Go home and see your mama. Go eat. Go talk about shit with your mom. She's gonna miss you too. It's not that big of a deal. Don't let the internet scare you. A bunch of weirdos on the internet always trying to scare people. I guess if you're a shyer person or you are a weird kid in high school, you gotta remember that college has got a lot of weird fucks in it. You'll find another weirdo just like you. Don't worry. I guess the main point of advice is just don't worry. It will write itself out. You'll be fine. As long as you set your goals, priorities straight, join as many clubs and as things as you want to, set up as many situations to meet people, you'll be good. Golden, baby. You'll smooth through it. 4 years later, you'll be where I am, graduating from a fucking desk alone. It's going to be beautiful, baby. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. So if you have any other college questions, I guess leave them down in the comments. I'll make another video if you guys have anything else you want to get some advice on. Chill out, and you'll do good.